Okay, so my negative speaker was talking about how oftentimes in enhanced interrogation, a lot of false information can be found out through the techniques used. And my argument is that sometimes enhanced interrogation is used in controlled settings. So basically what that means is sometimes the techniques aren't designed to elicit the truth in the moment, but when they're used in a controlled setting, the interrogators knew the answers and they could be sure they were inflicting misery only when the prisoner said something false. So the point was to create an illusion of godlike omniscience and omnipotence, so that the prisoner would infer falsely that his captors always knew that when he was lying or withholding information. So basically, the prisoner was always, he knew that he was no longer in control of his own destiny, but he was in the hands of others. And that was from the citation from William Saleton in his Case for Torture article. Andrea also mentioned that enhanced interrogation has negative effects on the brain, specifically memory and its functions. Not all forms of enhanced interrogation are torture. From the University of Delaware Daily, the techniques, which she said are harsh but not torture, in the citation, the techniques that the author wrote were harsh but not torture included grabbing a detainee by the collar, pulling one's hands on the sides of a detainee's face, and shouting and carefully prescribed slaps. So sometimes, as you can see, not all of the methods that are used cause necessarily pain to the brain in regards to memory. And also, what you have to consider when enhanced interrogation is being used is there's a lot of debate whether it's ethical or not. But if you kind of put into perspective, the test for ethics is whether something creates the greater good for those involved. So sometimes it is more important to save the lives of thousands of people instead of one person suffering. Andrea also mentioned that there was better techniques instead of the ones that have been used during Bush's executive order, but she didn't really mention any of the ones that they use instead. The techniques that were used during Bush's executive order, they actually put information together. So according to the University of Delaware Daily, Harlow said that what the CIA had before the attacks was a 1,000,000-piece jigsaw puzzle with no botox with a picture to guide them in putting the pieces together. So basically, they had all of these pieces that were just floating around, but when they used enhanced interrogation, they kind of found information to put all together. Also, another citation says that intelligence derived from the CIA interrogation program led to a general increase in relevant intelligence reports, producing over 3,000 intelligence reports between 9/11 and the end of April 2003. And then lastly, Andrea was saying how, about Abu Zub, I don't know how to say his name, that how he revealed the information beforehand, but they still proceeded to use enhanced interrogation on him. And like an example of this where it was the KSM guy, the Mohammed guy, he first resisted giving any answers to questions about future attacks, and he just said, "Soon you'll find out." But once they actually used enhanced interrogation on him, he actually led to specific actionable intelligence, as well as he provided information about Al-Qaeda and some of the other high-profile terrorists. So sometimes, as you can see, like they'll already know information, but when they do use enhanced interrogation again, they'll find out things that they didn't know beforehand, but the person who is being interrogated won't know that. They don't know what you do know and what you don't know. Okay, thank you.